Welcome folks. In this video we are going to look at mathematics paper 2023 and we are looking at question 3 from section A, where we are told to express 9 over 1 minus 4k minus 8 over 1 minus 3k as a single fraction in its simplest form. So we are trying to combine these two fractions. So we just want to have a single fraction. So what is our first step here? The first step that we are supposed to do is we need to find the lowest common denominator for the two denominators that I've circled here. So how can we find the lowest common denominator? For these, we are just going to put these into brackets. So we write them in brackets form. Then after that, the whole concept, the denominator of the first fraction will be multiplied with the numerator of the second fraction. Then the denominator of the second fraction will be multiplied by the numerator of the first fraction. So the 9 multiply with 1 minus 3k minus our 8 with 1 minus 4k. Okay, so we are going to expand. 9 multiply with 1, the second one my negative 3k. 9 times 1 is 9 minus 9 times 3k is 27k. Then we'll do the same. Negative 8 by 1, negative 8 by negative 4k. So negative 8 times 1 is still negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 4k, we get 32k over the same. So with the denominator part, we are done. Okay, from there we need to identify the like terms. So 9 is the like term to negative 8, then this one with this one. 9 minus 8, negative 27k plus 32k divided by the same. Okay, so now we can do math. 9 minus 80 is 1. Negative 27k plus 32k, this would be 32k, will give us 5k over 1 minus 4k, 1 minus 3k. So as you can see, this is a single fraction that we wanted. So that is our final answer here. Okay, we move on to question B. A girl has 7 green apples and red should be 6 red apples in a bag. She picks one apple at random from the bag and eats it. She picks another apple and eats it. Roman number 1, draw a tree diagram to illustrate all the possible outcomes. So the first one, you just have to look at the tree diagram. Maybe let's see if we can create a picture here. We have a bag here. Now in this bag we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are assuming we have 7 green apples, and from the same bag we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have 6 red apples in a bag. Now we have to have the picture of that. These apples must be of the same size. Now if the question is, if you pick something at random, you are picking something without looking. So if you pick, you don't know the color that you are picking, you might pick green or maybe red. So it's a probability, it's a chance. Okay, now from the given question we can tell and see that we have two outcomes. The first outcome is that you may pick a green apple. The second one is you may pick a red apple. So since we have two outcomes, our tree diagram will have 2 branches. So the number of branches is determined by the number of outcomes that you have. So we'll say this is our first pick here, the first pick. Now since there was the first apple picked, then and the second one, since we have two, we need to draw another one. So this is our second pick. Now the question that we need to ask ourselves is, are we going to treat this question as with replacement or without replacement? So this question is same as you pick something without replacement. Why do we say this is without replacement? It's because the apple was eaten. So you can't replace something that you have eaten. So that's the concept that we are going to use. Now for the first part, this part here, please make sure you shouldn't subtract any. You just have to write the way the chances are. So for the first part, we are saying we'll begin with green. So we'll put G here. So the first branch is for green, even here is for green, also here is for green. Then for the second, we have red, red, also here, red. Now let's look at the original probability for green. So since we have 7, the probability for green is 7 over the total. You add 7 plus 6 is 13. Then we have 6 red. So the probability for red is 6 over 13. Now for this party and this party, we need to do some subtractions. So that's what we are supposed to do. Now, even if we are taught 2 apples, when subtracting, make sure you just subtract 1. Okay, so now we are going to assume the one that was picked was green. So let's see if we can remove one green from here. So we'll say we have removed 1. If we have removed 1, let's count how many green do we have there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 6. So here we are going to put 6 over. Let's find the total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the concept is even the total must reduce by 1. So the reason why I've drawn this, I just wanted to give you a picture. So it's 6 over 13. Then what of red? So how many red do we have? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for red, we still have 6 because we assumed that it was green picked. So it's 6 over 13. So this must correspond to this. That's a point here. Now let's put the green back here. Okay, so now after we've done this, we are just assuming. Let's assume it was red picked. So let's move 1 red from here. So how many red do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can see that there are 5 apples remaining over. What's the total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which is it should be 9, 10, 11, 12. So we should have here, we are going to have 12. Then for the green, how many green do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 over 12. And let me just change these. Even here we need to have 12 as the total. So make sure that these numbers must be equal. Make sure that. Okay, so we are done. We have drawn our tree diagram. Let's now look at the possible outcomes. So how can we draw the possible outcomes? For this one, there is green, green. So we put GG. Then for this one here, for this one, we are going to have green, red. Then for this one, we are going to have red, green. For this one, it's red, red. So these 1, 2, 3, 4 are the possible outcomes that we can expect from the given question. Okay, so now we move on to Roman number 2. What is the probability that the first apple eaten was green? So we don't care whether the second one is green or red, as long as the first one is green. So that's what we are trying to find here. So probability of first green apple. Okay, so this, we are going to pick this one because we have the first GG plus C. We'll pick also this one, GR, because we can say that the first letter is G. Now for this one, GG is this times this. 7 over 13 times 6 over 12 plus C. GR is this one times this one. So this is 7 over 13 times 6 over 12, which is 7 times 6 give us 42 over 12 times 13. I'm getting 156 here, plus 42 over 156. No need of finding the lowest common denominator. So 42 plus 42 is 84 over 156. So this is our answer. You can just reduce it. So this is what we can share for this question. Thanks for watching.